Well, I gotta disagree. Um, I smoked pot for decades. Maybe it helps that I didn't start smoking until after I got out of high school and after I got a job, so I could pay for my own. And I got the whole idea that I am responsible. It's not the drug that makes me want to just sit in the house and go blah. I like going out and walking when I was stoned. Walking, note that word. It was enjoyable. I enjoyed listening to music. I enjoyed having discussions. And at some point, I think in the late 80s, early 90s, I just got bored with it. Because I got to the point where it just made me sleepy. Why am I going to pay money to do that? I mean, I worked for one company where smoking pot was almost required. When the president of the company comes up and says, let's go off and smoke a bone, what are you going to do? Say no? I didn't think so. Didn't affect my work. Didn't cause me to lose my job. I knew I had to go out and work to earn the money. And pot was put onto the luxury list. Paying my bills came first. It was that simple. Heck, I was getting stoned every day at lunchtime. Still got my work done. So, it doesn't affect everybody the same way. That's something that has to be taken into account here. Just because someone smokes pot doesn't mean that everybody's going to be affected the same way. There's also the argument for medical marijuana. Someone who's going through chemotherapy, all they want to do is lay there and die. They don't want to eat. They don't want to do anything. They just want to, oh God, I feel so terrible. They smoke weed. Oh, they feel better. And they can eat, which is necessary when your body needs fuel to fight a disease. This is a fact. There's marijuana grows quicker and makes a better quality paper than trees do. It's another little fact. It also makes one hell of a rope. Ask George Washington, who grew it to make rope. Okay? I don't know that he smoked it. I don't care. But there are other uses for marijuana. And not everybody will become addicted. What percentage of people who drink alcohol are alcoholics and have to go into rehab? Because a percentage become alcoholics and have to go into rehab and are part of Alcoholics Anonymous. Should everybody be banned from drinking alcohol? We tried that once before, didn't we? So, the cure to keep people off drugs is education. Make it interesting. Not everybody is going to be a Stephen Hawking's, well, or a Bill Gates or what have you. And not everybody is going to be a burned out stoner who can barely tie his shoes. It's a whole bell curve. And the majority fall into the functional set. That's my point of view. There are people who become addicted, but there's been no reports of people ever dying from an overdose of marijuana. There are obviously reports of people dying from overdose of alcohol and from various other drugs. So, what's the deal? People can become addicted to anything. You can become addicted to coffee. You can become addicted to tobacco. You can become addicted to anything. Gambling, sex. Do we outlaw it because there's a percentage that becomes addicted to it and can't control themselves? Or won't control themselves? Where's the line? See my point? What's bad for some is not necessarily equally bad for all. That's the deal. Just my view. But then again, I'm this strident moderate. What can I say?